Joe, how many years have you been in business?
Well, I purchased, there's two parts to this business. I purchased the distribution arm of it from my father-in-law 17 years ago, and he distributed the products from this meat market and another one in town for the western half of Iowa for 35 years. And he decided to retire, and so I bought it from him, and then approximately 10 years ago I started having back problems, and so I had to get out of the distribution truck and find another line of work. But I've made so many products better for the meat markets that we distributed for that I decided to get just a little deeper into it.
Okay.
So I purchased the meat market in addition to the route. So total 17 years.
All right. And then, how did you get started at Ulrich's?
Well, kind of taking off of that last question is that when I began to distribute the products, it was kind of a product that the Pella ring bologna, that it had been such a great product for locally that it had just kind of taken off the shelf here and went out to all the grocery stores. And as it grew to what is now 720 grocery stores in Iowa, it didn't have all the fine tunings that it needed. It didn't have the nutrition label on it. It didn't have UPC code on it. It wasn't uniform size, and the labeling was just kind of antiquated. So over the first 7 years that I was on the route, I helped the meat market here change those kind of things to help move it into the 20th century, so to speak. And so that's what got my interest in continuing that and moving into the market itself.
Great. What special features makes your store unique to Pella?
Well, it is the oldest retail store in Pella. It was started in 1868 when John Ulrich came here. He made the Pella bologna, well, what he called Pella bologna at that time, and then he carried it around town on his arms, sold it from door to door. He built this building that we're in today in 1900, and obviously we're still in it today. So that's what, there are other businesses that have come and gone, but this is the oldest continuing business in Pella for retail service.
Okay. And what factors would you attribute to being the key to your success?
Continually strive to make sure that the founder's name and his principles are through every product that we have. We have a windmill on every product that we make on the label. We have our tagline that we've implemented on everything that we make, quality plus taste, for over 143 years. And so every time we go to add a product, we kind of take a step back to make sure that it's not something that just anybody could do or everybody else does. It's a unique product for us, and that it shows that it's more quality than price. A memorable moment for me is going to be that a year ago this month in May, I flew to East Lansing, Michigan, and I met the granddaughter of John Ulrich. And we got a call from a nurse at her nursing home, which they try to provide something for these people's birthday, and there's 600 residents at this nursing home. And Thelma wanted a ring of Pella bologna for her 93rd birthday. She figured that was going to be the last time she would eat it. So I flew there, and they assembled everybody, and I presented her with a ring of bologna. And it was really neat to see a face with a story, because John Ulrich had been a story and pictures to us. And to have somebody so directly connected to him that can talk about working in this meat market, talk about her grandpa that he used to do this or do that, it was pretty impressive. And she appreciated it too. I mean, it brought back a lot of memories for her.
Why are you a member of the Iowa Grocers Association?
When I was in the distributing business, my customers were the Hy-Vees, the Dolls, the Fairways, and all the independents of central Iowa. And I could see, you know, they have a standard way of doing things, and when I would come back to Pella and I would see the meat market operating and selling meat products to distribute, the meat market really did not have a good grasp on what the grocery industry was doing. Pella's a beautiful place. I also think we kind of live in a bubble here. And so when I bought the meat market, I decided to become a member of the Grocer Association so that I could keep tabs on kind of what reality is. And that would help us develop products, it would help our distribution, and keep us somewhat grounded too, because there's always been a thought in the past that, you know, all you have to do is get our product out there and everybody's going to go for it. And that's not true, exactly. I mean, you still have to try just like everybody else.
I started here 20 years ago and started in the back. There's two facets to Ulrich's meat market. The front end is retail and the back end is manufacturing. And so we've always had a full-time sausage kitchen in which we produced a lot of the products, not only that we sell up front, but at most of the point out in the grocery stores. And one thing that I've really learned in the grocery industry is that there's times to diversify and there's times not to diversify. And I think it's important to be able to distinguish which is which. You know, I just, as Joe mentioned, you know, with the quality of the product, I've had soybean extract people come in and try to, you know, hey, if you add 3% of this, you know, and this, and you can raise your profits. And it's just, we've just remained stubborn and said this is the quality and the product that we want. You know, the Pella bologna itself is all beef, and beef prices have gone kind of crazy in the last few months. And you know, the first option would be to throw some pork in or something, but we've decided to, you know, stick with, you know, the time-honored recipe, don't change what it is, and I think that's important.
What do you feel Ulrich provides for the community of Pella?
I think Ulrich obviously is a hallmark stop when you're in Pella. You know, strategically located right between two bakeries, which is hard to work at, believe me. But I think it just kind of emphasizes the whole Dutch treat when you come to Pella. And you know, I get a lot of husbands. You know, the wives are in the shoe store, and the husbands wander in and buy some products, and you know, we try to be a nice, quick, one-stop shop for the wife. A business person gets off at 5 o'clock. You can shoot in here, grab something easy, quick for supper. We've got, you know, potato salads and stuff, pre-cooked brisket with salsa. So I mean, there's a lot of different options to do.
And one last question. As an employee, what types of consistent feedback do you receive from community members about the store?
I think there's a lot of pride in the community for the store. And I think over the years, you know, what I have seen is, you know, there have been a lot of paradigm shifts in the food industry. And I think in what Ulrich sells too, there have been. When I started here years ago, this was probably one of the few places you could come and buy fresh meat. And, you know, our meat case was 3 times as big as it is now. And on Saturday morning, there were lines of people getting pork chops and hamburger, you know. And now with all the box stores in the area, we've changed our focus a little bit and went on more of the handcrafted items that we make, whether it's bratwurst or beef sticks or jerky and dried beef and Pella bologna. But it's fun to especially example would be State Fair time, when the Iowa State Fair is going on, and just countless person after person will stop in and say, when I was a young kid, my dad would bring us here, we'd get a ring of bologna, and then we'd eat that on the way to Des Moines, to the fair. And so they continue that tradition. And I see that a lot with our customers, that it is kind of a family tradition. Whether it's just stopping in for a bologna and bratwurst for the barbecue, or whether it's Christmas dinner and they're relying on us for a ham or a roast. You know, it's just kind of a tradition that they built because it's built on quality.
What kind of an impact has Ulrich Meat Market had on your community, or what has been the impact on the economy here?
I think one of the things with Ulrich is it's been here for so many years, and it would probably take a book to compile the kind of impact it's had, not only on our local people, but all the people that have visited the community. And I'm talking about just the number of years, the reputation they've developed, and any place you go outside of Pella even, if they've been here, they say, well, boy, what was that meat market again? We've got to make sure we go there. And so I would say they've had a tremendous impact on the community. And as far as the economy, of course, like every small community, or large for that matter, anytime you have a successful business, it's going to have a positive impact. When I say a positive impact, not only from the tax dollars they generate, but also from the employees that they have, from the image it gives to your community. And it's, as we have talked earlier, the more of these kind of businesses we can keep in place, the more vibrant we keep our communities, the more attractive we keep our communities, and I think this tends to bring more people to your communities to live and be a part of.
And in your opinion, why has Ulrich been so successful over the years?
I think one of the things is it was a, if we go way back to square one, it was one of those Dutch things, you know, and probably when we moved here, clear back in '65, it was more prevalent then than maybe now, but they provided a lot of what the Dutch liked in the meats and cheeses, and over the years they have kept that reputation and provided the kind of foods, if you will, that the people want. And so that plus I think we've always had a good experience with the people that work there. And I think too often that is overlooked. You know, we say, oh, they got a good bologna or whatever, but if you had some old sourpusses behind the counter, people probably aren't going to go there. But if they're friendly and show people they appreciate their business, they'll keep coming back.
In your opinion, what has made Ulrich so successful over the years?
You know, one is the Pella bologna, obviously. You know, that's probably the key thing that Ulrich or any of the other meat markets are known for in Pella. It's a unique product. Nobody else has that recipe, so their product's well known all over. I mean, I don't care if you're in Omaha or whatever, people talk about Pella bologna, Pella bakeries. But Joe's marketing ability there, he's done a tremendous job getting a large selection of product out there, whether it be cheese, whether it be sauces that you put on your meats and so forth. He does have a tremendous selection, and Joe's done a good job of marketing his product.
What do you feel Ulrich provides for the community of Pella?
First class market where you can get, again, like I keep probably repeating myself, but a wide selection of meat, cheeses, wines, beef sticks, jerky, and then he runs his specials like, you know, at Thanksgiving, smoked turkeys, hams, those type of things. I think Joe has done an excellent job in catering to the local Pella people or anybody else that goes through. And I know when I have out-of-town people calling my agency, oh, we got to stop uptown, we got to stop at the bakery, we got to stop at the meat market because of those specialty items that many can't buy anywhere else.
As a loyal customer, why do you purchase locally from Ulrich Meat Market?
Well, it's good food for one thing. The food is good. The service is outstanding there. Bruce, who works there, is a great guy, and all the other people too. Also, being a small business owner, I really try and frequent those places first. Not that the chains aren't a bad place to go, but you know, it's a struggle sometimes, an independent small business. So that's why one of the reasons I go there as well, and get treated very well. You know, they know your name when you go back in and all those things. So all those things combined, kind of.
Okay. What types of products do you specifically look for?
Oh man, everything he's got there. We do a lot of the snack stuff, so the bologna and the meat sticks and the dry beef dip. If we go away for a weekend, we take that. Or last weekend I went away and brought meat sticks. And yeah, and then I shared them with the people there, and they were like, "Wow, where'd you get these meat sticks?" So, and I know that he does ship, so that, you know, it's one of those things where it's kind of a ripple effect. But that kind of thing, although, and then he has some other stuff that is ready to serve that we don't have much time to prepare, so I buy that stuff too. They're Dutch spiced beef. You can do it in a microwave real quick. And then if I feel really rich, I'll buy his steaks, depending. And everything. We get our ham from for Easter there, and lunch meat. So just about everything he has, we have probably bought at one time or another.
What do you feel Ulrich provides for the community?
Well, jobs for one thing, which is good. Good food, which is good. And you know, I don't know. They support the local stuff, which I like. And we did like our church booth for Tulip Time. They help out with that and do that. You know, give us a little better price and things like that. Just are very helpful in that respect. And just being visible in the community and the things like, I think what I do that he might do as well. The schools, it's like when you buy from somebody like that, that tends to come right back into the community. So whether it's somebody asking for something on the high school level, grade school level, wanting to do some kind of something, and they donate to that, and just, yeah, filling a spot in the square is good.
As a loyal customer, why do you purchase locally from Ulrich Meat Market?
I just enjoy the business of small town. I enjoy being here, and I just really enjoy supporting local business for the fact that they support locally. They support the schools. They support the churches. I think it's very important to shop local, and I think it's a fun, friendly environment. You know, it's a nice thing to go into a place and people know who you are, and yeah. So
great. What types of products do you specifically look for when you go into the meat market?
We go for the bologna. That's probably one of the specialties. The different cheeses, they have local cheeses that are made here that are just fantastic. And I just enjoy the freshness of the meat, and the dried beef is also a very good product that they have.
Nice. The local businesses in Pella, including your own here.
I believe a lot of it is the fact that all the business owners and stuff, they get together quite frequently and they talk about things that will help to improve the town. I think the Chamber has done a wonderful job as far as trying to promote Pella and just really keep people united in that. And I think overall Pella has just a quality of, I think they do have a very good customer service base, and I do believe it's about relationships. So.
Thank you for viewing this edition of Your Hometown Grocer. This special feature highlights the Iowa Grocery Industry Association members and the important role they play in local Iowa communities. We will spotlight grocers who are making a difference and positively impacting the communities in which they serve. We'd like to thank Joe Becker of Ulrich Meat Market in Pella for allowing us to showcase the special meaning his business has to the unity of a small community in Iowa and ensuring his time-honored tradition. Thanks for watching.